The woods had always held a fascination for me, a place where nature's beauty and mystery intertwined. So I embarked on a solo camping trip, seeking solitude in a remote cabin nestled deep within the forest. The cabin was quaint, surrounded by towering trees that seemed to whisper secrets in the wind. The first few days were peaceful, the rustling leaves and gentle chirping of birds soothing my soul. I explored the woods, wandered along winding trails, and marveled at the untouched beauty around me. But on the third night, a sense of unease settled over me. I had just settled into my sleeping bag, the cabin illuminated by the soft glow of a lantern. The air was still, the woods eerily quiet. I could feel a presence, a sensation that sent a chill down my spine. I brushed it off as nerves, attributing my unease to the isolation. A soft tapping at the window shattered the silence. I froze in fright as I turned my gaze towards the source of the sound. My lantern flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. I tried to dismiss the tapping as a branch or an animal, but then it came again, deliberate, rhythmic, unmistakable. Swallowing my fear, I rose from my sleeping bag and approached the window. What I saw froze me in place. A figure stood outside, illuminated by the moonlight. Her eyes were unnaturally wide, her gaze fixed on me with a disturbing intensity. Her appearance was human, but something was off. Her movements were fluid, her body language unnatural. "Who are you?" I managed to choke out, my voice trembling. The figure didn't respond, only continued to stare. It was as if she was studying me, assessing me with an otherworldly curiosity. A shiver ran down my spine as I realized that there was something deeply unsettling about her presence. I took a step back, my heart racing. That's when I heard it, a soft, distorted mimicry of laughter. The figure's lips twisted into a semblance of a smile, her eyes glinting with an eerie amusement. It was then that I understood. She was a SkinWalker, a creature known for taking on the appearance of others. Panic surged within me, and I stumbled back from the window. I fumbled for my phone, my fingers trembling as I dialed for help. But there was no signal, no connection to the outside world. The cabin felt like a prison, and the figure outside was the jailer. I heard a soft scratching at the door now, the sound sending a fresh wave of terror through me. I backed away, my mind racing as the scratching grew more insistent. The figure's laughter echoed in my ears, a haunting soundtrack to my growing dread. The lantern's light flickered and dimmed, casting the cabin into shadow. The scratching grew louder, closer, until I could feel it vibrating beneath my feet. With a sudden, sharp sound, the door swung open, revealing the figure, now inside the cabin. I stumbled back, my heart pounding, my mind a whirlwind of fear. She approached with slow, deliberate steps, her eyes locked onto mine. Her appearance seemed to shift, her form distorting as if reality itself was bending around her. I backed into a corner, my breaths coming in ragged gasps. "Stay away from me!" I shouted, my voice laced with desperation. But she continued to advance, her laughter growing louder, more frenzied. The walls of the cabin seemed to close in on me, the air thick with her malevolent energy. My heart raced, and a primal fear gripped me, a fear that went beyond anything I had ever known. And then, with a sudden swift motion, she lunged at me. I screamed, my voice echoing in the confined space as I fought against her grasp. Her fingers were like ice against my skin, her touch sending a shock of terror through me. I struggled and fought with every ounce of strength I had left, my mind a cacophony of panic and desperation. And then, as I reached a point of sheer determination, I managed to break free. I stumbled backwards, my heart pounding, my vision swimming. With a burst of adrenaline, I dashed towards the door, not looking back. The woods outside seemed to stretch out before me, a realm of uncertainty and danger. I ran as if my life depended on it, the sound of her laughter still ringing in my ears. As I emerged from the woods and into the clearing, I glanced back at the cabin. The figure stood at the window, watching me with those unnaturally wide eyes. And then, with a bone-chilling smile, she faded into the darkness. I didn't stop running until I reached the safety of civilization. The encounter had left an indelible mark on my mind, a chilling reminder that the woods held secrets far darker than I could have ever imagined. The memory of those eyes, that laughter, would haunt me for the rest of my days, a reminder that some horrors were beyond comprehension, beyond escape.